we learned today, we will be carrying a cross. So you'll see that I drew a little character here trying to carry a cross in front of us. Just like the song, we put the cross in front of us and leave the world behind us. So that's why the cross is in front of us. And of course, we have to really carry it. We have to lift up and carry it somewhere else. Right, so that's why this person is carrying it. Now, of course, I also did a color version of it, but with computer, and I will show you that version a little bit later. So what I want you to do first is you will need a pencil, you will need a Sharpie, maybe you need an eraser, and a set of color pencils. I try to do it a little faster so that I can show you a little bit of the coloring, but we probably won't be able to fill up the whole page with color today. So let's get started. So first of all, we need to draw a cross on my page or on your page. So for your cross, I'm going to show you step by step how to draw a very nice 3D cross. So what does it mean by three-dimensional, 3D? It means that you not only have the front, you can see that you have the front, but you also see the side, okay? And also the bottom part. So you see all three sides of the cross. So what we have to do here is simple. We have to, now I'm going to draw it a little bit darker on my paper, but for you, I would like you to draw it very lightly so that if you need to make changes, you may do so. So first, I'm going to do a rectangle in the middle. My pencil, let me, okay, have some paint on it. Okay, so here you go. So a big rectangle, long one too. So rectangle meaning that there are two short sides and two long sides. So I'm going to do it like this. Now, you do want to leave a little bit more space at the bottom so that you will be able to draw a small character, lifting it up. All right, so here's my rectangle, vertical rectangle, in the middle of my page. I like to draw a little bit toward the left side, very little, but mostly in the center, all right, because I want to have more space on the right side for my character. Anyway, so now I have that, I want to draw around 2 fingers down from the top, okay? Around 2 fingers down from the top, I want you to draw a horizontal line, like this, and it goes across. Right? Now, of course, a cross is very simple. I think most of us would know how to draw a cross, but to make it 3-dimensional, it takes a little bit more steps. So that's my cross already. Now, of course, you can see that on my sample here that it doesn't have the lines in between it because I erased it afterward, after I traced it. So what you need to do to make it 3-dimensional is you need to draw 3 lines on the side first. So watch, from the top right corner here, we want to draw a diagonal line going to the bottom right, like this. So here's one. Second one, right in the corner here, in between the horizontal one and the vertical one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2. The last one at the bottom right corner of the cross, 3. Okay. And actually, it's very simple. All you have to do is connect the 3 lines together, 3 short lines together at the end. So like this. Now, if you are a really smart kid, what you know is you don't really have to draw this one through the cross, right? So if you already know, then you can just stop and then kind of just continue the line, like keep moving your hand, but not actually drawing on the paper, and continue the lines like this. Now, I need to draw, now that's only the one side of it. What I need to do is the beam on horizontal beam. So I need to draw one line at the bottom left corner of this horizontal one. Again, a diagonal line coming down. Now, you don't want to draw it too pointing straight down. You want to be pointing toward the right side of your paper. I don't know why. It seems very blurry. Okay, so and then it's gonna go again at bottom right, one more, and also top right, one more. So you have 1, 2, 3 lines again. This time I'm gonna connect them at the same thing. Connect them at the very end. Connect this one. And this one, it goes sideways, connecting. It's supposed to connect like this, but Like I said, we are smarter now, so we don't really have to draw the line. We just stop here. And we only need 2 more now. Already, it looks a lot more 3D than before already. So what we need is just the bottom part. We already have the front, and we also have the side. Actually, this is the bottom too. So we also have the sides, and we have 2 bottoms here, and then 1 more here. So this one, bottom left corner, we will draw a diagonal line, and connecting back to the bottom diagonal line. And there we go. We have a cross in front of us. We can take our eraser and erase the lines in the middle so that it becomes a nice cross without much distractions. All right, so this is a simple 3D cross and how to draw a 3D cross very simply. Now, I'm gonna go into how to draw a little character. So it's to remind us that we have to carry it across as well. Each of us should carry our own cross. So what I wanna do is I wanna draw a face. A face, a simple one. A simple one can be like a circle or a semicircle on the bottom parts here. So I'm gonna follow this one, my sample here. As you can see, I have, there's myself. And when you see the color version, you'll see a little bit more clear what is going on. So this is the head, and then I draw a little neck. So 2 little lines, maybe my lines here. So 2 little lines for the neck. Now, before I draw in all the features in the face, I also want to draw all the big shapes first. So what I do is I want to draw the 2 hands on the holding onto the cross. So one is on the left side. So I draw a little circle. And then I draw another circle here, right on the side. So kind of like on the same level as the neck. So 1 circle, 2 circles. And then I would draw, I don't have to draw the arms on my right hand, which is on the left side here of the cross, but I do have to draw an arm here. So what I do is I draw a little curved line that goes right underneath my neck. You see, so 2 curved lines sideways, and then I just have to connect it back with a little curve like this. The next thing I do is I have to draw the body. So I draw 2 lines coming down. So 1, 2, going a little bit farther apart too. Now, if you tell me, oh, you know what, Kanson, I don't want to draw pants like yours, right? I want to maybe draw a dress. Maybe this time, you know what, I would draw a small dress. But if you want to draw pants, you can just connect it back and make a shirt, and then draw the shape of the pants below your shirt. But maybe this time I'm going to make it a little bit, I'm going to draw a girl this time, okay? A girl wearing a skirt or a dress. So I make it a little bit longer, all right? And then I'm going to draw the 2 legs now. So the 2 legs. So 2 lines for 1 leg. Now, I always tell students, you don't want to really draw stick figures, right? Stick figures is too simple, and we cannot really color in the stick figures. So I'm going to draw sort of like a little bit, 1 step harder than a stick figure, and that is like drawing mini skinny legs, okay? So 2 little skinny legs like this. So all you need to do is just draw 1 more line, all right? And then I'm going to draw the shoes. Now, this time, if you like to draw a more complicated shoes, oops, you can do so. But for the demonstration purpose here, I'm just going to do a simple one, kind of like a quarter of a pie. So what does it mean by a quarter of a pie? Let me show you one more time. So I draw straight line down, straight line to the side, and a curved line here. So a quarter of a pie. Okay, kind of almost like a really fat pizza if you look at it this way. Now, of course, I forgot to draw, I didn't forget, but I haven't drawn the eyes yet. So let me draw the eyes. And I really want the eyes to be looking upward to the cross so that the person who's carrying the cross looks like it's really looking forward to the cross. So, and looking forward to Jesus especially. So I draw 2 eyes a little bit higher this time. Sometimes if you have been in my class before, and maybe I told you guys, you know, the eyes are not that high this time because the person is looking up. Your eyes needs to be a little bit higher. So 2 dots, and then I draw a little nose just below the eyes. All right, don't make it too low, and then the mouth really up in the face as well. Okay. And of course, I want to draw eyebrows. So 2 little small curved line at the top. And we need to draw ears and hair, right? So ears, on the other hand, because your face is looking up, your ears are actually lower, okay, when you draw this, okay? So that she looks like she's lifting her head up. So her ears are lower, so a little curve lower. Now the hair. So you can design your own hairstyle. So for this one here, I'm just gonna do a simple hair. So a little bit higher than the head here. Okay, so maybe kind of like short hair, like this. And then this side is also hair, of course. Now that we have finished a simple 3D cross and a little character holding it, I think it's time to us to draw a little bit more on the page. And it's time for your creativity as well. So this is my color version of it. And of course, I did not color it with color pencils. I did color it with computer though, and I also have some objects that I download and place onto my paper. So this is a simple version, but what are these objects? What are they basically? Well, let me just explain them very quickly. So first of all, I have a potato chips here, and then I have, I don't know if you know what this one is. It's YouTube. So that's the logo of YouTube. And then I have Wi-Fi here, so it's kind of like internet. I'm connected. Now, when we have to carry the cross, when we have to follow Jesus, and of course on the cross it says "Follow me" sideways. So if you look at it sideways, it says "Follow me." So when we have to follow Jesus, sometimes we need to. It's not easy, just like someone said. It has a cost, and the cost may be something simple, maybe YouTube. Maybe I'm watching too much YouTube that I'm not doing my Bible study anymore. So sometimes we have to let those things go and really follow Jesus. So you tell me what are some things, it can be something small. And I think it's really important that we start practicing to really follow Jesus when we are young, because it's so much harder when you're old and you just have so many things that you're not willing to sacrifice for. So let's write the word "follow me" here first, okay? So I want you to write bigger. So follow me, follow. I don't know if you guys know how to write block letters, right? So if you do, you can write block letters too. Follow me. I'm just gonna do a simple one, follow me, like this. Or if you can draw on the side, on the horizontal beam as well, actually. And then you're gonna draw your own objects. So for this one here, I'm not gonna draw the objects. I'm gonna let you draw the objects around the page, and you can see that I'm kind of like throwing these objects out. But sometimes it's not really just getting rid of all of them. I mean, the Wi-Fi and internet and YouTube, they're not bad. They are just tools that we use. But if we overuse them, then that's and blocking us from following Jesus, and that's not very good. So what I do now is I want to trace my cross. So after you draw your objects, okay, let's just say you finish your objects and finish all the drawing part. Now, when you're tracing it, I want you to be careful. Before you trace it, actually, you should erase some of the lines that are behind other objects, like this one here. You can see how that my hands are actually supposed to be in front of the cross. So you want to erase that little line so that your hand doesn't look like it's see-through, right? It's not like your hands are not made of glass. And then erase this one here, the arm here, and also the hair, so that we make sure we're not drawing anything behind another object. All right, like this. And then I'm going to draw it across here. Now, there's something that I want to talk about when we're coloring the cross. When we're coloring the other object is simple, but when we're coloring the cross, because it's three-dimensional, so there's something that we can do to make it look even more three-dimensional when we're doing the coloring. So of course, the drawing part is done, and it already looks very three-dimensional because we are showing front, side, and bottom. But when we're doing the coloring, let's just say we are doing this light brown color on the cross to kind of symbolize that is made of wood, because I think in the past the cross was made of wood. Now, this is my color. Of course, if I have to talk about colors, coloring too, we color from left to right and top to bottom. Now, some people, if you're left-handed, then you may want to color from right to left and top to bottom. Why do I do it 2 times? So that we get rid of all those scribble lines. And as you can see here, I have a lot of these scribble lines here. So what I do is I go color a second time, and like this. So this time I'm coloring from top and slowly moving downward. And my strokes, my pencil strokes are sideways, going from top to bottom. But my coloring strokes are moving left to right, left and right, like this. So now it's a little bit more evenly colored. So now next step is, like I said before, the side of the cross. I want to talk about the side because I want you to imagine the light is coming from the front, and then the side of the cross should be a little slightly darker. So remember I said there are 3 sides, so these are the 3. All right, so here you go. Don't forget that small little parts here. So one more time. So top to bottom, color it second time. Now, lastly, I want to color in the bottom parts now. The bottom part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine colors to make it even darker. So we have light in the front, medium color on the side, and darkest color at the bottom part. So I'll show you how to do it. So like this. So it's darkest. So left to right and top to bottom. All right, so that's how I would color in my cross. With the shape, it looks 3-dimensional, and with the coloring, to color it from light to dark, I make it even more realistically 3-dimensional. So that's how I would color in my cross. Now, I would love to see what objects that you're gonna draw on your paper, and what are the small things or big things that you think is might be blocking you from following Jesus, or is this something that you think that you know, when you grow up you're willing to do less of, or even get rid of completely, that for Jesus, so that we can follow Jesus every day and carry the cross every single day, and we're not being distracted by all those small little things. All right, so I hope you enjoyed doing this 3D cross, and I really love to see how you guys draw this picture, and make sure you send it to Solon so that we can all celebrate this together.